Let me take you back to YouTube after 2015, before all of the bad stuff that happened in 2020. So maybe somewhere around 2017. A time where big YouTubers were roasting each other with diss track music videos and the adpocalypse making life on YouTube difficult for the veterans and small channels that try to monetize their videos. It was chaotic. But thankfully, those of us that wanted nothing to do with drama found something else to make fun of. Challenge videos. Greetings to all my horror enthusiasts out there, my name is Rojo, a demon wolf here to tell you never try to do this at home. Or by yourself. Maybe don't do it at all. Now I know you have heard of challenge videos before. It took the entire website by storm. I mean, everyone that I knew were doing all these unnecessary and likely dangerous challenges for views. You got mukbangs, Tide Pods, milk crates, even staying at a retail place overnight when they're closed. Yeah, like I said, dangerous and even illegal. But the ones that caught my attention at the time were 3 a.m. challenge videos, and in my opinion, I don't like them. But let me explain more about them first. At first, a question. What makes a YouTube video a short horror video? Even if you're not a fan of horror, you would see the similarities in what horror film directors use. The basics are as follows. A victim in a dangerous situation, a killer stalking their selected prey, and of course, jump scares. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that. The background, the killers or monsters, and even music can be as scary and thrilling as possible, but it needs to fit the action scenes perfectly. Now, of course, we are talking about YouTube videos here, so the last thing we expect are Hollywood quality horror movies. There are really good short YouTube horror videos made by different independent directors, even the ones I talked about in the analog horror video. But we're going to focus on ones that aren't that good at all. It even makes me question if they even tried at all. Which brings me to these 3 a.m. challenge videos. So what is so special about these videos? Well, these kinds of videos are obviously aimed towards a younger audience who also like scary things. Well, it's most likely taking baby steps into the horror genre. These YouTubers do get kids involved with the scary monsters that we know, even though they most likely want nothing to do with horror stuff and only do it for popularity. I'll explain what these people did wrong in a bit. So why do they call it a 3 a.m. challenge? Well, it is rumored that 3 a.m. is that special hour in the night, nicknamed the Devil's Hour, where evil and demonic spirits roam the earth, haunting any location they come across. And oh boy, do these YouTubers use that hour like crazy. I would try to come up with something creepy like the times I'm wide awake in the entire 3 a.m. hour, even when I fell asleep before, because I have the sense that something is stalking me in my house. But let's be honest, these people ruined that hour for us. Basically, the challenge is that they go to a haunted location or summon whatever horror character is popular at the time at 3 a.m., and they try to survive all the creepy stuff as long as possible. I guess sometimes the monster catches them, but they make it out alive to make the next 100 videos where they do the exact same thing, but with different characters. Now that you're all caught up, I think it's about time I list my reasons why I dislike those videos and show some examples of them. Reason number 1. Repetitive content. Now we all know that the majority of YouTube videos have unoriginal content. Originality pretty much died off years ago. But throughout a lot of these videos, you can already see the same events that happen. The YouTuber calls whatever character is popular, whether it's through phone call or video chat, some spooky things happen, and the character shows up at their location. The problem I have here is that there's so many 3 a.m. YouTubers that do the exact same thing. Some of them doing only that throughout their whole channel. Now, don't get me wrong, it's all good if doing those videos is how you got recognized by your fans in the first place, but it's also not a bad idea to switch things up a bit just to keep your viewers interested. Doing the same content over and over again will just get boring, not just to your viewers, but even you as a YouTuber. Reason number 2, using characters that aren't even in the horror category. The whole point of these people doing 3 a.m. challenge videos is to have their young viewers see these horrifying creatures from different films and artists. Instead, some of these YouTubers use characters like Talking Angela and Ben, Spider-Man, Minions, even Elmo from Sesame Street. I mean, for God's sake, we even have the imposter character from Among Us, a game that isn't even a horror game.
Is this Among Us? Imposter? Is this the imposter from Among Us?
Yes, this is me, imposter. What do you want from me?
Look at this. How is this even terrifying? I get the majority of your viewers are children, but at least show them the things that are actually terrifying, like these. Reason number 3, misinformation. Probably the biggest reason I show no respect for these videos. Listen to this clip from NNA Production.
Look at this. So this is Freddy Fazbear's, alright guys? And for those who don't know, what does he do? He's a bear that he cooks pizza, alright guys? A creepy pizza. That's really insane, alright guys? It's a pizza place called Freddy Fazbear Pizza, and there are a bunch of bears cooking pizza.
That's not even close to what Freddy Fazbear is. He's one of the animatronics that gets possessed by the children that were murdered by some crazy owner, and those spirits are now seeking revenge. I don't even know where he got the information about bears cooking pizza. Did he get it from a bootleg version of it? Oh, and we can't forget when these YouTubers explain about the It monster, or more specifically, Pennywise the Dancing Clown. This is the kind of misinformation that a lot of people say when they explain the film and novel It. How do I explain it in the way you people can understand? Pennywise the Clown is not what the monster looks like, nor is it its actual name. I can at least see why people that have never read the book or seen the movies would say that. Throughout the time we see the monster, the majority of the time it features itself as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. But think about it for a minute. What's the one thing the majority of kids would fear? Clowns. The id monster's power is fear itself. We even see it change into what the main characters fear the most, and its only weakness is when the kids get brave enough to not be scared of it. Kind of the same way that Freddy Krueger is. Sadly, the majority of these 3am YouTubers always spread misinformation about the id monster. I'm sure they will most likely keep saying it to this day, and I'll have to correct everyone. Basically, it's one of the things that I find the most annoying when it comes to these videos. My suggestion, before you make a video that involves these characters, please just take the time to do some research before you talk about them. Otherwise, your viewers will be told about the wrong thing about certain characters. It's the one thing I have to do all the time before I even start recording my videos. Reason 4. Poor quality videos. Now, don't get me wrong, my video qualities at the time I'm making this video are not the best either. Trust me, I am working on it. I'm trying to make it less look like a slideshow presentation for a school project. However, there are YouTubers that will have done this kind of content from months to even years, but their editing and filming haven't improved throughout their time. Some of them will have their friends have a poor last-minute looking costume design that they probably bought from a Halloween store to having CGI edits of eldritch monsters. Mostly monsters made by Trevor Henderson, which would most likely be either Siren Head or Cartoon Cat. Now, I want to at least point out that they are doing everything they can to make the video creepy, but not so much as to scare away their young viewers. So technically the quality wouldn't matter to their viewers since they are mostly children. Maybe they don't have enough money to get a better working camera or microphone, which is completely understandable. That's pretty much where I was at. Plus, they have way more subscribers than me, so I pretty much sound like a petty and jealous person for a small YouTuber. But just like me and every other content creator on this platform, you should most likely take the time to improve the quality of your videos. Sure, the filming and editing will take longer than usual, but at least it will be interesting for everyone that comes across your videos. If you focus mainly on the quantity of videos you make on your channel without improving the quality of them, you won't have many people sticking around. It's something I need to work on as well. Now, I need to obviously address my whole point in this video. I don't have a problem with YouTubers that do these kind of videos all the time, even if it annoys me that they end up in my recommended list. The problem I have are people that basically spread all the misinformation and also doing pretty dangerous stuff just for the sake of getting millions of views. If you're the kind of person that does this sort of challenge at either your place, a friend's, or even your family's, then that's completely fine. But for those that film in illegal areas, including dangerous locations that have a violent gang or hate group resides in, that's where I get really worried for their safety. As for the content they made, it's like I said before, these videos are obviously aimed towards a younger audience who most likely are too scared to look at the real horror stuff that people like me talk about. I wouldn't have known because I was introduced to the really scary stuff from my mother when I was 5 years old, and yes, I was terrified at first. Not just looking at the films, but even going to haunted houses. But like the reasons I stated before, if the only content you want to create are 3am challenge videos, you have the freedom to do so. Just keep in mind, improving the overall quality can bring in more people than you will realize. Who knows, it could be through those videos that you'll eventually start making terrifying content. And one more thing, please get the information of these characters right. Or, I guess don't, just so we can correct it for you. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more videos like this, leave a like and comment down what you hate about those challenge videos we see every day now. Ugh. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to know when I post a new video. As always, keep your fears and anxiety levels high. I'll see you very soon.